Hello, I'm back. Hang on. Gotta check something. Okay. I'm back doing the Pandaemonium. Wow, I wasn't even. Oh, maybe I was the last one. I don't know. One more Pandaemonium. Oh. It's cool. The Hippo Campos. Thought it was gonna look more like a hippo than a like dog. I'll give it to the dancer. Or music's something. Oh, I got that right somehow. Well, luck. I mean. I don't know how you tell. Oh, wait, people are still here. I'm fine. Oh. Guess I'm supposed to stack up for that one. Move to the dancer. Am I winning it all? I knew that you were no mere mercenary, but to make such clean work of the Hippocampos, seasoned fighters scarcely have occasion to visit Pandaemonium, let alone display their skills. Mastery takes all forms indeed. Needless to say, our plan worked to perfection, in no small part thanks to you two. Themesis' power was more than enough to complete the interment. Spellcasting was never my strong suit, but that almost made me feel like a proper magos. Truly, having seen your abilities firsthand in your fight with Cheese, I beg to disagree. Shackles is the one exception, and 'tis only because I have been forced to practice it since I was but a small child. Other magics leave me feeling completely out of my depth. Regardless, it seems luck is on my side. To guide me to you, we may prove the impossible possible after all. The fires of creation. While our success in sealing away the Hippocampos is certainly heartening, the fact that we have yet to see any other warders concerns me. The key ward of Asphodelos is nothing if not cautious. Doubtless he has gathered what warders he could and retreated to a safe area. Let us hope so. It occurs to me that I know little of the key wards besides their magical prowess. Is there a lot more you can share? Of course, a man named Hesperos is in charge of Asphodelos. Not only does he have thorough knowledge of the creatures here, but he takes great pains to be a mentor to each of the warders under his charge. He has done much to ensure that I flourished here in spite of my ineptitude at magic, and I've always known him to be the sort of man who faces difficult decisions with unwavering composure. Furthermore, key wards are not only masters of interment, they can also bend the hallways of Pandaemonium to their will with creation magics. With all of this in mind, I am certain that so long as Hesperos guides them, the other warders are safe. I can see why absolute control over the environs is imperative. Had we faced the Hippocampos upon arid sands instead of the waterways, I suspect the battle would have ended much more quickly. In any case, if this Hesperos is as capable and caring as you say, we would do well to seek him out as soon as we can. He has not taken your colleagues to a secure location. The safest place would be the innermost circle of Asphodelos. From there they could flee to Abyssos if hard pressed. Even should they have sought safe haven within the other circles, if we make for the fourth, we ought to encounter them on the way. Indeed, and we all shall gain a comprehensive understanding of the situation within Asphodelos, which will be essential in determining whether we ought to continue down to Abyssos. The rub, of course, is what I myself possess no power to bend the circles to my will. Instead, we must proceed through the central corridor, which was barred by the Phoenix. I think that's Phoenix last I checked. Phoenix. I want to say Phoenix. I've heard the name before. A fiery bird with life eternal. It's a phoenix. Beyond unquenchable brilliance, the perfected concept boasts nigh boundless restorative powers, if I recall, truly an exemplary feat of creation magics. Perfection is ever built on the back of failure, however, and La Habrea suffered countless missteps during his experiments. And he was hardly the only one. This phoenix will be one of many attempts at the concept gone awry. Aye, far from evoking wonder, our phoenix is a creature of fury and wrath, seeks only to turn the world to ash. Thus was it confined within Pandaemonium. Development of the concept continued elsewhere, but as the moons turned, more and more researchers abandoned the project as an impossibility, save for La Habrea and his wards. When I received word that at long last La Habrea had succeeded where so many others had failed, it was nearly overcome. Pray tell, how did the warders of Pandaemonium celebrate their master's accomplishment? I don't believe we did. The research of the words of La Habrea was little consequence to our work here, save for those rare times it charges us with a new specimen. Truth be told, I don't remember anyone making note of the occasion. These people don't care for La Habrea, I guess. But enough reminiscing, we must make ready to confront the Phoenix. While it's possible that it flew off to some other wing of Pandaemonium, we would make that assumption at our own peril. Better to assume that we'll need to bring Asphodelos' most unruly subject to heel. I certainly see no reason to delay. The Phoenix's power over flame will avail it far less in a barren corridor than elsewhere, so it may well serve us to subdue it sooner rather than later. Oh, there it is. It looked like the dude who was supposed to keep everyone safe. What? Seems whoever is behind this can alter the space around us at will. We face an uphill battle. Impossible. If those were creation magics at work, then that means... Let us confront that reality, that we have conquered the enemy in front of us. After we have conquered the enemy in front of us, every drop of our focus shall be required if we were to inter the Phoenix. They're sick of being La Habrea's bitches. Alright, so same thing as before. I'll resume the video when the cube pops. So, yeah. Penis. Okay, I'm back. Popped. Asphodelos, third circle. Mythic creation, the Phoenix. I'll give the Dragoon my eye. Not paying attention. Oh, well, I did it. I mean, I stood in the black fire. I was trying to... I think I stood in one of those. Maybe I didn't. Smile, nod. Damn, this kind of sucks if there are people are waiting for me to like roll. That shit. Give it to the Dragoon. Oh. Oh, the Mirror person is there. I think they were there on the last one. With that, the Phoenix is shackled once more. However, there is yet the matter of this arena. As you told us, there is but one person in Asphodelos with the ability and authority to wield such magics. Though fortunately, it appears he has saved us the trouble of finding him. A contemplable display, whatever, as befits an inferior specimen. Even so, I expected it would at least delay your advance. Imagine my surprise when I saw the chains of interment drag the Phoenix back to its cage. Either the bird is even more of a failure than its creators cared to admit, or you are no mean trespassers. I'd hoped our suspicions were misplaced, but alas. Keyword Hesperos, why? Why have you brought such chaos to our beloved Pandaemonium? Pandaemonium, pitiless, impenetrable, and utterly steadfast, and like those charged with its keeping. What has possessed you? I don't understand. Oh, Eric Thonios, must you pester me with these inane questions? Think for yourself. Surely you can muster a theory or two with that dim wit of yours. Then again, you have never been one for insight. Why Master La Habrea suffers your mediocrity, I shall never understand. Damn. We had to look over at him for that burn. You may look like him, but you're not the Hesperos I know. Something has warped you, too, from the inside out. The keyword I knew had compassion for all those under his charge, be they clad in robes or shackled in chains. Was that all a farce? Did you hide your content for us all these years? Those who are content to merely glimpse the water's surface are doomed to be dragged into its depths. You prove my opinion of you with every word. My mind is clearer than it has ever been. Even now, seeing you feebly grasp for answers makes the bile rise in my throat. Such wasted potential to be the son of Master La Habrea, yet no more skilled with magic than a newborn babe. Oh, he's the son of La Habrea? But of course, it's always about La Habrea. Silence, you are not worthy to utter his name. For once, be grateful to witness a peep beyond your meager abilities, beyond your shallow reckoning. I have slipped the surely bonds of mortality. I have become one with our mythic creations and rid myself of imperfections. I stand upon the threshold of godhood. As a Hemetheos, whatever, shall I serve Master La Habrea, ever faithful unto the end of the days. And he shall require no other. He's wet for him? Think not. Are you so blinded by arrogance that you have lost sight of what it means to serve? Eric Thonios is more capable than you could ever know. It was thanks to his instruction that I was able to master the art of interment, both how to wield it and how to break free of it. She's let us quit this place. Whatever poison has corrupted Hesperos' mind, it is playing his power far eclipses our own. We must have time to gather our strength. Weaklings though they may be, it takes a singular aptitude to master interment so quickly. To say nothing of how swiftly that familiar laid low the phoenix. Regardless, their noble aims will be their undoing, where they fritter away their strength. In calming the beast of Asphodelos, I continue my work. Even should they survive long enough to reach the heart of my domain, naught shall await them but doom. I eagerly await your arrival, Eric Thonios. Even duelards have their uses. My darkest suspicions have been realized. We faced the keyword of Asphodelos himself. More than that revelation, however, Eric Thonios worries me. He loved Hesperos for his compassion, but received naught but scorn from whatever the keyword has become. He has said little since our return. I only hope that the shock of recent events does not prove to be a death knell for his resolve. I'm just going to be taking the critical hits, I guess. Who wards the warders? Much as I am loath to disturb Eric Thonios so soon after what just occurred, I am afraid circumstances do not afford us the luxury of time. Perhaps we'll do him well to speak about recent events concerning both the keyword and his father. The creation of the ward which surrounds Pandaemonium was an astounding feat of magical prowess, a feat accomplished by none other than La Habrea. That both my father and I could bind others in chains is perhaps the only thing that we have in common. Ah, so it is true. Hi, I'm La Habrea's son, bereft of his talent for magics or his brilliant mind, but his son nonetheless. Surely this doesn't come entirely as a surprise to you. Nay, I had an inkling when you said you had practiced ethereal shackles since childhood, assuming you hadn't been employed here quite that long, and to indicate some long-held connection with La Habrea. 'Twas La Habrea that taught me how to cast ethereal shackles. That was it. My further education was overseen by the words of La Habrea. More specifically, my mother, who was a researcher there. You did speak of Athena, chief keyword before La Habrea. She is your mother, yes? Smirk. How astute. I can see now why you were chosen to lead this investigation. You've the right of it. Athena was my mother, and it was she who invited me to join her here. La Habrea had nothing to do with it. See, there's little love lost between you two. What I cannot see is why La Habrea was appointed chief keyword when another was already in place. Was in place. My mother is no longer with us. Sag. And La Habrea was all too eager to assume her responsibilities, with nary a moment spared to mourn her. What love do I owe him now, when he offered not one drop of compassion then? Ah, I see. She's no longer with us, an expression to convey the end of a life. I have known only the public face of La Habrea while he is lauded for his ability to maintain composure in the face of unnerving circumstances. I must admit that oft he comes across as cold. Apologies, but we can speak of nothing else. But can we speak of nothing else? This topic isn't an easy one for me to discuss. Of course, there are more pressing matters at hand after all, namely how to deal with Hesperos. We have yet to see the other warders. Judging by what we know, we can surmise that Hesperos, has confined them somewhere beyond our grasp, and now that he's aware of our presence, he will be preparing for our next encounter. We cannot expect to face him on equal footing, quite the opposite, in fact. Every moment we spend chasing after the creations is another moment Hesperos can contrive another advantage for himself. The wisest course would be to find him first and foremost. He said that he has become one with the creations. Perhaps that means he is vulnerable to interment. In theory, that should be possible. However, is it enough merely to confine him after all he has done? I need to know why. I need to know what drove him to forsake everything he's worked for. Was it all truly so that he could serve as a master? To my mind, he's merely put Lahaz Breha's own work at risk in trade for some nebulous power. Laha Breha is the chief keyword of Pandaemonium. How would throwing it into disarray win his favor? Doesn't make any sense. I share your curiosity, but we must consider that our enemy has us at a disadvantage in every sense. What do you think? Should we seek to put him in fetters, or would it be too dangerous to allow him quarter? I want answers to... If you fail to confine him, I can always strike him down. Daring as ever, I see. I know not which trials you have faced in your past, but to see you so certain is all the convincing I need. Very well, let us try Ekrothonios' plan. Thank you, Cheese. I believe I can shed some light on the nature of our foe. When Hesperos spoke with us, I noticed he bore the telltale fangs of the Vicovacus, a beast which feeds off the aether of its prey. Likely that is the creation Hesperos emerged his essence with. We know all too well that he can change the environment around himself at will. The battle will not be an easy one, but I believe in our victory. Alright, does it unlock right away? Okay, same as before. We'll continue video, or, you know, we'll start it when it pops again. Alright, and it popped. Seeing a healer. See if I can talk to her real quick. I was able to do that at least. Eswodelos, the fourth circle. Castlevania looking ass. Is your mirror here? Or whatever? Nope. Go to Moonbell. People are moving. Okay, a white, a green, and a blue. Oh, wait. I don't get it. Did they X mean I wasn't supposed to go in there? I guess. But I thought they were in a sword one too. Were they DPS? Were they healers maybe? I don't remember. I feel like I gotta go look at that again. Don't know how that didn't hit. Oh. I don't know what happened there. It looks like it worked itself out, I guess. Could be worse. Oh, they have their little Moogle slippers. Cool. Espodelos and done. Now, Themis, we end this here. Fools that will not be put in chains. Kill him. To think that I would fall before one such as you, perhaps I should have treated you as more than a mere nuisance. Despite your victory, you shall never have the knowledge you seek, the secrets of my transformation, the secrets of my deception. They shall return to the star with me. You are wasting your breath, Sparrows. We have the upper hand now, surely you can see that. Yes, yes, my repertoire is not exhausted yet, however. Although I have failed, my end shall be on my terms. I remain loyal to my very last. Come what may, I die with dignity. How did your ambition lead you so astray, Hesperos? You were better than that. Your star shone more brightly than any other in Pandaemonium. You had La Habrea's respect, his trust. What more did you seek? That you would forsake all that and sully your legacy besides? He became so blinded by his own desires that he lost sight of his duty. In the end, he lost everything, and his plans lie in tatters. I failed to see any dignity in that. Even so, I would have liked to know why he chose this path. Sparrow's infatuation with your father was his undoing. Perhaps he was jealous that the fate had chosen you and not him to be La Habrea's son. So terrible did this jealousy become that he sought for bought-in power that La Habrea would be unable to ignore. How does the pursuit for respect warp one's heart so? How does infatuation with one person turn into contempt for everyone else? I have never heard of such a thing. It happens, but that doesn't mean it's right. It's not as uncommon as you might think. I see. I admit I cannot but find it vexing, but perhaps that signifies not but my own capacity for bitterness. I do understand what it is to have a beacon to follow in dark times, a person you trust to guide you true, how it is to desperately wish their light would fall upon you again. But we have spent enough time assuming the intentions of the departed. There are the living to consider. We must find the other warders and round up the remaining creations forthwith. Of that, at least, we can be certain. I believe I can be of help in that matter. The influence of Hespero's magic is fading throughout Asphodelos. Now is the perfect opportunity to seize control of the facilities and restore things to their original state. Seize control? Can you really do that? What? What is this presence? Erichthonios, what lies beyond that threshold? That's the passage which connects Apodelos to Abyssos. Why? Be on your guard, you two. Now that Asphodelos is free of obstructions, I can more easily sense disturbances in the lower levels. Something stirs in Abyssos. A warding sigil? How? Let us return to the gates for now. I should like to appraise the situation from there. Appraise the situation. Needless to say, our investigation is far from over. Man, cat girls really shake that ass. Although we have defeated Hesperos, it appears we have but scratched the surface of Pandaemonium's troubles. My head is still swimming with questions, but could this mean that Hesperos wasn't actually behind this? It is a stark possibility, yes. The root of this crisis may lie somewhere much deeper than even Abyssos. When we first encountered you, you said the memories of your escape were vague and that your senses were muddled. I believe this was more than the result of a panicked mind. You were made to feel this way by a powerful magical influence. It is possible that this magic could have poisoned Hesperos' heart, twisting his affection for La Habrea into a burning obsession. Then, in his altered state, he was made an offer of power he could not refuse. Wait, are you suggesting that someone else turned Hesperos into that thing? If so, it stands to reason that they wouldn't stop at him. Indeed, our mysterious mastermind does not lack for subjects for his experiments. For more potential hemitheo, whatever, hemithoi? Yeah, catch, I don't know, whatever. If what you're saying is true, then my colleagues, they're doomed to share the same fate as Hesperos. Do not lose heart yet, Erechthonios. Hesperos challenges us alone, and that tells me that the process of his creation was a long and taxing one. If he was the first Hemetheos, I think it's Hemetheos, then the rest of the warders are likely still alive. However, much as I would like to hasten deeper into Pandaemonium, the way forward is sealed off. We must focus our efforts on finding a way through. With the creation still having free reign of Asphodelos, that won't be easy. On the contrary, I yet retain control of these circles and thus can wield interment magic within their halls at will. The creatures will pose no threat to us. Just like that, then nothing's stopping us from returning order to Asphodelos. Just so, I shall require your expertise to keep the peace after the subjects have been returned to their confinement. However, you are Asphodelos' sole remaining warder after all. Truth be told, I did not expect this investigation to become so involved. Of course, I would like to resolve matters here without resorting to outside help, but... Do you mean to send a report to La Habrea? 'Tis too soon to say. Let us first find a way into Abyssos. It would be best to withhold our judgment till we have ascertained the whereabouts of the other warders and the identity of the party responsible for their disappearance. Agreed. Even so, if it means saving even a single life within Pandaemonium, then I'm not above asking La Habrea for help, should it come to that. Recent discoveries certainly paint Hesperos' actions in a new light. The number of unknown elements in this investigation grows, and we must proceed forward with the utmost caution. To that end, Erechthonios, I shall remain here for the time being. Much as I enjoy your company, I do not believe we shall be needing protection so long as we remain in Asphodelos. You should take this time to rest. Surely you are weary, and there may be more battles ahead of us. The Mises' burden may grow heavier in your absence, but he's shown that he's more than capable to bear it. Still, I would help wheresoever I'm able. All we've achieved so far has been thanks to you two, and I mean to repay the debt I owe. I don't know what use I can be outside of placating the creatures, but I'll find a way. I think it's placating. Nonsense, you owe us nothing. It was thanks to your knowledge of the magics which govern this place that we were able to come this far. Elsewise, we would have likely succumbed to the Hippocampos' assault. Each of us has arrived at this dire pass by separate paths, but it is only by combining our respective expertise that we will reach the end of it and see Pandaemonium saved. Thank you, Themis. Hesperos' words seem to have affected me more than I realized. Together we come this far, and together we'll reach the end. I have no doubt we will. Even so, let us allow Cheese her rest. Besides, you have someone waiting a report on your progress, yes? I dare say your story will be much more than they ever imagined. Okay, speak with... Oh, okay, back to Charlian. Damn, a lot of people here. Welcome, Cheese. Back from the past, none the worse for wear, I see. So what did you find? Hopefully my mic's okay. I think I hit the wire. So there is evil afoot in Pandaemonium, an already ominous place, I must say. Mythic beasts and missing warders. Truly, we are fortunate to see you return to us in one piece. It appears the voice Cheese heard from the crystal spoke the truth. As for who left it behind, and why, those are yet questions to be answered. Indeed, it could be someone who lived among the ancients, or it could be someone trying to avert a tragedy from the future. Much remains shrouded in mystery. Yet ilm by ilm, we shall unveil that mystery, with the help of Cheese, of course, but her actions was the fabric of the past reshaped. Yet she returns to the same present she left. Which can only mean one thing, that her intervention in Pandaemonium's crisis is but one of the countless building blocks of history upon which our present has been built. There is no telling what consequences would arise if we stopped pursuing this matter now. Whatever plot is unraveling within Pandaemonium, we must not let it reach its conclusion. If one of those creatures should escape, what ripples would carry forth to the future. They might wreak havoc upon the world of the ancients, and their despair would leave an indelible mark upon the history's pages. That despair would only feed the terrible beasts that arose during the final days. The first final days already was a drastic effort on the eons that followed. If the scars it left were made even deeper, then we risk losing our present entirely. Whatever the cost, our connection with the future of Elpis must be preserved. I know I have asked much of you already, but I can count on you to continue your work in Pandaemonium. Your tireless efforts are much appreciated. If there is aught we can do to ease your burden, you need only say the word. Speaking of which, might you return the crystal into our keeping while we cannot accompany you to the past? Perhaps something can be gained by researching it further. It shines just as splendidly as the day we met. We shall begin work right away, but I cannot promise any meaningful results for some time. And as matters in Elpis seem to be in a similar state, I must ask that you rest. But before that, allow me to make an introduction. As the research moves into its critical stage, I found it only suitable to recruit another assistant. Whatever, is an expert in armaments from throughout history, be they from the far-flung past or made in the most modern forges. Should you find aught of interest in your adventures, bring it here, and she will be glad to offer her services. We know researchers in numerous fields that would love to get their hands on artifacts from bygone eras, and will give you goods in return that should aid you in trials ahead. Furthermore, if you ever wish to peruse the records of events you have reported here, Nimjiji has been taking faithful and thorough notes. She is at your complete disposal. I sense that we have embarked upon something monumental, something that will dwarf all else I have accomplished in my many years of research. I can think of no greater honor nor reassurance than to have your capable assistance in this endeavor. If there is anything to be found that will contribute to your success, we shall find it. We shall not rest until we have unlocked the mysteries of this crystal, and you will be the first to know when we do. Okay, this gives me those. I guess skill speed. And that's it for now. So thank you to whoever may be watching. and continue Pandaemonium in a different video, like in like 2 seconds from right now. Anyway, penis.